decision, right? Any useful information available to us, right? So any useful information which is available to us, which can help us in making certain decisions, certain calculations, right? It is known as data, right? So can you say that all the information is data?
No.
No. Yes. Why all the information is not data?
Because most of the information are like written data. So like most of the information are like parts of like are really like important.
Yes, it is.
Important.
Yes, it does not have importance.
Yeah.
Yes, it does not have importance. So anything which is useful to us, that I would consider as data. Okay. For example, if I ask you to tell me about yourself, okay, and you start saying about Jupiter's gravity is 9 point this, Jupiter's atmosphere is this, right? Saturn's nearest moon is this. That is not needed, right? That information I don't want from you. I ask, tell me about yourself, right? So whatever you will tell me about yourself, that will constitute as data for me, right? And if you start saying anything about Jupiter, Saturn, anything about astronomy, okay, so that would not be a useful information for me, right? So moving on. So what is discrete data and continuous data?
Discrete data is like data that's basically like
Just a second. Why is this causing issues? Yes. What is the discrete data? Discrete data is anything which is
like not it's like
separated.
It's like isn't
scattered. You want to say?
Yeah, that word. Yeah,
yes, scattered. You can say. Okay, scattered or dispersed. You can use the word dispersed, scattered, or separated, or phased out, or not continuous. You can say the opposite of continuous also. Not continuous. Random. You can use the random word. Right. Hello. Yes. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So the random is another word for it. Okay. So that is known as discrete data. For example, 23, 35. If it is about number, any number between 0 to 100. Okay. So 46, 95, 99. Okay. So any random data, random, scattered, phased out, dispersed, right? That kind of data, okay, which is not in continuous format, which is not bounded by a range, right? Which is not bounded by a range, which is not bounded by a class interval, is known as discrete data. And what is continuous data now?
Data that's like that is data that's like basically you're able to like having like in the same area like data or like doesn't well, like they're not scattered, they're like in one area, like
right.
in one area.
Right. So anything which is in continuous, which is bounded, right?
Yeah.
For example, if I say 10 to 20, okay, or if I say 20 to, then I say 20 to 30, and then I say 30 to 40. So this is an example of continuous data set, right? This is an example of
Yeah.
continuous data set because it is bounded by some class interval. So this is known as class interval. Okay, this is a continuous data. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is all coming in one category, right?
Yeah.
So this is known as continuous data. Okay. The opposite of continuous data is discrete data. Okay, which is just random, scattered. It can be scattered, anything like this. Okay, and this is known as discrete data if it is bounded by a class interval. Okay. So for example, what is this 10 to 20? So this is known as what? Class interval. Okay. So this is known as class interval. Okay, let's do it on a different page. Just a second. Yes. So for example, if it is a 10 to 20, right? If it is 10 to 20, then what will I say? This is a class interval. Okay, this is an example of class interval. And what is 10 known as?
Sorry?
10. What is 10 known as? 10 is known as lower limit.
Yeah.
10 is known as lower limit. And what is 20 known as? Upper limit. So there are two important terms here which you must know. So what is class width? What is class width?
Class is like how, like the difference between like the two numbers.
Sorry, repeat.
Like how many people are in the class group?
Yes, right. So what can I say here over here? I can say that this upper limit minus lower limit is defined as class width. Okay, what is going to be the width of this class will be determined by upper limit minus lower limit. And there is another important term here, class mark. This is also very important, which we will be using it a lot of time. Okay. So class mark. So what is class mark? Tell me what is class mark?
I can't remember off my head.
So class mark is nothing but upper limit plus lower limit by 2. The average of both of them, right? So this is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Okay, that's it. Very simple. So class mark is basically, okay, let me write over here. So class mark is nothing but class mark is essentially the average. The average of upper limit and